Am I the asshole for replacing pictures of my cousins with pictures of my dog? My grandfather's birthday was a couple weeks ago. 6 weeks before his birthday, I texted all my siblings and cousins, there's 9 of us, and told them to send me pictures of themselves within the next 4 weeks so I could put it on the phone case for our grandfather's birthday. 2 weeks later, I sent the text again, saying that I would need a picture of them, and anybody that chooses not to send a picture will be replaced by a picture of my dog. I had 3 cousins tell me to screenshot something from their Instagrams. I did not respond. I sent a text out the day before I put in the order saying that anybody that did not send a picture of themselves within the next 24 hours would be replaced by something of my dog. The same 3 cousins never sent pictures. Their spots have been taken by my dog in a sombrero, my dog at the pumpkin patch, and my dog in a chicken costume. They came over for my grandfather's birthday and saw him open his new phone case. They saw that their pictures weren't on the case and got mad at me for not picking something off their Instagrams like they told me to. I said that I sent 3 reminders to send me a picture with clear warnings that anybody that did not send a picture would be replaced with a picture of the dog. They knew exactly what would happen. My grandfather finds it hilarious, but their parents are telling my parents that I kept them off the phone on purpose, and they want me to apologize. Am I the asshole for replacing them with pictures of my dog because they never sent me a picture? Am I the asshole for asking why my coworker wears makeup every day? So I, 29M, was at a work during a pretty long meeting with a few other coworkers. One of my coworkers is new, late 30s F, and the conversation steered around our professional experiences and history. Pretty standard, I guess. Midway through reviewing some boring stuff, this coworker asked me with a smirk, "Can I ask you a question?" Since we were talking about our professional lives, I was like, "Yeah, sure, what's up?" And she followed up with, "Why do you always wear hats?" Now, I'll be honest, I'm bald. However, I like my baldness. I started balding at 21, and I was like, fuck that, and just shaved it off instead of trying to style my hair in any way to hide it. Also, since my hair is super curly and compact, it just wasn't going to be an option. In college, people loved it, said I had a good head shape, and it said that I looked like Terry Crews, Shaquille O'Neal, or The Rock. Not sure about that last one, lol. So I was pretty confident with it. But when I turned 25, I started being mistaken for 30 because of the bald cut, so I started wearing hats pretty much everywhere. Grew a collection for all situations. Work, gym, social life, anywhere besides weddings and funerals, to be honest. And with hats on at 29, I've been mistaken to be as young as 22. Not my goal yet, but yeah. The plan was to wear them until 30, and then cut back when my head matched my age. Lol. Anyways, this coworker asks, why do you wear hats every day? To be fair, it's a corporate setting, but it's also tech. We're in marketing and it's 2025, so smart casual is the rule of thumb, and my bosses don't care that I dress in hoodies and hats to work someday. I responded like, yeah, I like hats, and she said, but every day? So I said, yeah, I'm bald. I like my head shape, but I don't want to look like I'm 35, so I'll wear hats for now. Plus, I look good in them. Now, I wasn't thinking that she's probably around 35 age or older, so I may have offended her with that, but she replied, 29 and wearing hats every day to hide? Wow. This struck a nerve with me, so I responded, well, since joining, I've seen you wear makeup every day. Even casual Fridays. Or on your way home from work and team calls, so why do you wear makeup every day? There was a muffled giggle, but it's clear the atmosphere was tense. She got heated and said, that's a sexist question. And I said, how? Other women in the office don't wear makeup every day, and my boyfriend sometimes wears makeup when we go out to high-class events. He just doesn't do it every day. So why do you wear your makeup every day? She got heated and said, she got heated and silent, and one of the other coworkers, the guy who wrote this, I'm not a fan of the way he writes, and the other coworkers went back to focusing on the deck. I feel like her and I are not on the best of terms now, and she will not talk to me, so am I the asshole for asking why my coworker wears makeup every day? Oh, brother. Holy shit, how do I do this jump? Am I the asshole for letting my daughter stay with me and my wife after she found out that her mom lied to her? My ex and I have a 12-year-old daughter, Olivia, with autism level 2. My ex has primary custody, and I have Olivia on Wednesdays and every other weekend. A few months ago, my ex told me that she was feeling a little burnt out, so she wanted us to keep Olivia from Wednesday to Sunday so she could go on a trip with some friends. Olivia is very attached to her mom, so my ex told Olivia that it was a work trip and she had to go. Last week, one of my ex's friends was at the house with my ex and Olivia, and their vacation somehow came up. Olivia figured out that the vacation was a work trip and that her mom told her about and freaked out because her mom lied to her, and her mom doesn't lie. She hid in her room for the rest of the day. She called me and asked me to come get her. She's been with us ever since. She's really upset about this. She cries all the time because she wants her mom, but she doesn't know what else her mom lied about, and she doesn't trust her. Apparently, Olivia's aide called my ex because she's been having a hard time in school, so now my ex-wife is demanding that I send Olivia home so that they can get back to her routine and start working with a therapist to help her get over this. But I told her Olivia will go back when she's ready. Now she's threatening to call the police and or take me back to court over custodial interference, even though we've always had a very friendly co-parenting relationship. My wife thinks we should just send her back to avoid drama, but I think it should be Olivia's choice. Am I the asshole for refusing to send her back after she found out her mom lied to her? Am I the asshole for showing my kids the bills? My 48F friend, 45F, have kids around the same age, 2 teenagers each. Last time I spoke to her, it was before a party that we were both going to that she said her daughter was probably going to make her late because she was taking a long time in the shower. I told her that my kids used to take showers too, until we started showing them the water bill, and at least one of them started taking shorter showers so it wouldn't cost as much. Personally, I don't see showing them as a bad thing, because sometimes they do need to know how much they're costing us as parents. I swear I'm reading this right, by the way. My friends responded that I was making them anxious. I thought that was a bit of a leap, as I talk a lot about how much their clothes, food, and other wants cost openly, and me and my husband make a pretty good living too. So we started debating about it for a bit until we dropped it. This has been lingering on my mind for a bit, so posting to see if I'm the asshole. I don't know if I didn't copy that right, or if these people just don't know how to do sentences anyway. Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend feel included in a family emergency? Not included in a family emergency. Why do these people not use proper grammar? Oh no, I can't read that one, right? Using a throwaway because my girlfriend knows my main account. Yesterday, just before lunch, my mom texted me and told me that my grandfather had been taken to the hospital. This morning, I found out he's going to be okay. He fell and had a mini stroke. They're monitoring, and he'll probably be released in a few days. Anyway, my girlfriend and I both work from home. And every day at lunch, call each other and go for a walk around our respective neighborhoods. When she called, I told her all that happened. And all I knew is that he was at the hospital. Didn't know much more than that. I was obviously upset because I didn't know how serious it was. After me telling her and asking if that's all I knew, her response kind of caught me off guard. She didn't ask if I was okay or how I was feeling. Her main concern was that nobody from my family texted her to let her know. We've been seeing each other for about 1.5 years, and I know she struggled with quite a bit of trauma from her childhood. My family have been very welcoming of her, and have had a good relationship with her. I reassured her that nobody is angry with her. They just texted me because they're at the hospital and don't really have much time. I know she struggles a lot with abandonment and feeling rejected. I felt like as much as I support her through her struggles, the moment I needed support from her, it's all still about her feelings. But then I feel selfish for feeling that, because I know how upset she was for feeling left out. After work, she came over to my place and cooked dinner for us. She was still upset about not being able... I cooked dinner for us. I cooked dinner for us, by the way. He cooked dinner. She was still upset about not being told about my grandfather, so she asked me to text my mom to say to keep us posted. I guess, because I was both physically and emotionally exhausted from all of this, I texted keep me posted instead of us, and now she's very angry with me because I didn't include her in the text, and she's angry that it now looks like she doesn't care about my grandfather. I know my family knows she cares, but she just seems more concerned about the optics of her concern than actually being concerned about my grandfather. I guess I'm feeling confused about the whole thing. The reason I might be the asshole is because I didn't include her in the text to keep us posted, and it further makes her seem like she doesn't care about my grandfather. Also, I might be selfish in feeling angry that I've been there for her and can't count on her for support. Edit. To clarify, we don't live in the same city as my family. We live about 2.5 hours away. Am I the asshole for not welcoming my brother-in-law's new girlfriend into my life? For context, my sister recently, 4 months ago, left her husband, my brother-in-law. After years of his alcoholism and cheating, my husband has been friends with brother-in-law for years. They only met through my sister and I. My husband stayed friends with him, though only just because neither of us approve with how he's handling separation. Brother-in-law has spent months being nasty to my sister and making each step harder than it needed to be. I have not spoken to brother-in-law or spent any time with him since, other than twice when I saw him come around town. I was polite and said hi. As expected, both my sister and brother-in-law have started dating other people. He now has a new girlfriend of 1 month. Yesterday he asked if he could bring the new girlfriend to our house so we can get to know each other. I said no. He accused me of being unreasonable and immature. I find the request utterly obnoxious, to tell you the truth. Do people really think that it's normal to treat my sister poorly, to be separated, and still want to be part of the family? Does that make me the asshole here? He's only been dating a new person for a month. Am I expected to meet every new girlfriend? Am I the asshole for staying in a disabled spot, or was my grandmother overreacting? I'm 25M, disabled, and I have a valid disabled parking permit. I drive an older BMW. A nice one, in parentheses, IMO. After my physiotherapy, I walked back to my car and parked in a disabled parking slot. I got in and spent a few moments on my phone before heading home. Just after taking a short breath, I always do that after physio. The parking lot was nearly empty. Next to me were 3 regular spots. Across from there was another empty disabled spot with 2 free spaces beside it. And it's a free parking area, by the way. Then, a woman, somewhere in her mid-60s, drives up. She stares at me for a few seconds, and then parks her car half almost crisscross across the disabled spots across from me. She gets out, walks straight to my window, and says, "Why are you taking up a disabled spot? You've been sitting here playing games for 15 minutes. And I wanted to park here." Honestly, I was a bit surprised. So I said, "I'm allowed to park here. I was just doing something on my phone and I was about to leave." Before I could even finish my sentence, she cuts me off. "You don't need to justify yourself." Yet she keeps going, telling me that it's rude of me to sit there and that I should move over because she can't park her car anywhere else because it's too long. She came over a bit rude. I tried to stay politely, but I could feel the frustration creeping in. This is the kind of thing that happens sometimes, though. Sometimes someone sees a young guy in a car and immediately assumes he's abusing a disabled spot. No one sees why that blue card is there in the first place. Eventually, she walked away mid-sentence, and I was a bit confused. I wasn't blocking anyone, I had a valid permit, and I was planning to leave. So, was I really being rude, or was she just frustrated? Edit. I think I stood there for 5, maybe 6 minutes. No longer. As for my disability, I have Friedreich ataxia. I currently walk with a walking stick. I'm a bit wobbly when standing. Everything costs energy, and my voice is a little distorted. It doesn't get any better. When I sit, I look completely normal. Not for pity, just understanding. So, am I the asshole? Content slop is real. Like, comment, subscribe so I don't have to do this again.